It's a me! And yes, don't worry, I'm actually reviewing the Mario movie this time. This isn't a prank. Hi, welcome to Film Stash. My name is Douglas Campbell. Mario and the gang return for a brand new adventure, where this time they save Princess Rosalina from a deadly space threat. And a bunch of other odds and ends, but we'll get to that pretty quickly. So Super Mario Galaxy has been out for a couple of days, and the reviews for it have been a lot more mixed than I think with the previous film. Now, there definitely was criticism for the first film, but it seems like this one has been getting a lot harsher of a treatment. After seeing the film, I'm kind of in the middle. Before we get into my main criticism, I'd like to point out some of the things that I did like. I think the animation is still absolutely gorgeous. I think a lot of the action in this film, it was a significant step up. How kinetic the fight choreography is. They even utilized the camera to make it go truly bonkers. And one of my main complaints from the first film being Luigi getting super sidelined. He's a lot more involved, which I think is great just because I love Charlie Day, but that's just a personal preference. That kind of leads into where I'm kind of mixed to negative with the whole thing. With the first film, I kind of recognized that it was very loose, the plot. It was loose enough to where you could attach all the references and all the different Mario games and locations. It worked for what that film was trying to be. This film, my main critique is that the plot in general, and I'm sure other people have said this too, I think it's just a little too loose compared to the first one. For the first 30 minutes or so, we are introduced to like Rosalina, and then the initial meeting of like Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi. I thought that stuff was pretty fun. It introduced us to our main set of characters, introduced us to our new characters. I'm like, all right, great. They actually have a pretty decent plot. But then the issue kind of comes along. Everyone is kind of split off, doing their own things. All those things are kind of crazy, and we're doing this and that over here. And it kind of got into like maybe 40 to 50 minutes into the film where it just didn't feel like anything really started. The loosest thread of a plot that you got was Princess Peach and Rosalina's connection. But at the same time, you have all these crazy action sequences that were actually really cool, and it kept my attention the whole time. And the only real commitment that I had, which was making me stick around, was the fact that I just like the Mario characters. But as a film itself, I just felt like it was a giant Universal ad. I kept going to that thought of Martin Scorsese, what he said about the Marvel movies many years ago, how the theatrical experience is just turning into a theme park ride. And it's like, whoa, it's crazy. And I definitely felt like the motion simulated seats while watching this movie a couple of times. At the same time, that's where I'm conflicted on, because as a fan, it is not the deepest source material. I hate to say it to you guys. Most of the games, it's a basic ass plot of, hey, Princess Peach has been kidnapped. We gotta save her and go through all these different crazy worlds. Or, hey, Mario, we gotta learn a new sport to save the world. And that's like most of their games. And so in a sense, the structure of the film, it's not inaccurate to the games, but I think that's where a lot of the criticism is coming from. And I think truthfully, you could have done a whole lot more, because throughout the film, you get little kernels of ideas. And then within those little kernels of development that we do get, we kind of speed right through them, throw a bunch of exposition at you really, really fast just to kind of know, hey, this is where this stands and this stands. It is very clunky. But at the same time, like the end product that we got, I didn't think it was terrible. I don't think that the critic score was fully justified in my eyes. And like the Rotten Tomato like audience score of like 90%, that's where I was like, okay guys, that's too high. Where I gave the first film a 7 out of 10, I would probably give this thing like a very low 6 out of 10. Most of it really being for just the visuals and the action sequences being really solid. But as for the plot itself, like I can't like really praise it too much. I definitely am still excited for the sequel. I am a sucker. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with Mario. So I'm just curious about you guys. What did you think of Super Mario Galaxy? Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. Thank you for watching this video this week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Any help you can give my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're already subscribed to me, thank you so much. Right now, I actually passed my goal of 500 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You're awesome. I would like to maybe get to 700 subscribers by the end of the year. If I could get more, that's great. Not, no big deal. But thank you guys so much for sticking around. Well, that's all the time we have for today here on Film Stash. My name is Douglas Campbell. And if you excuse me, I gotta add to the stash.